class, this is Mrs. Lyons. As promised, this video is going to talk about multi-step dimensional analysis. The cool thing is, multi-step dimensional analysis is not that much more complicated than single-step dimensional analysis. So let's just jump right into it. And we're going to use some of the units that I was using in the last video. So I'm going to put this up here, my equality statements that I'm going to use. 5,280 feet are equal to 1 mile. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. And 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. Okay? So what if I asked you how many centimeters in 3.10 miles? Okay, so this is going to be our question. We're going to set it up the same way that we have been setting it up. So my given is 3.10 miles. My unknown, what I'm looking for, is how many centimeters. Now, we can't get this problem solved with a single equality statement. So we're going to have to put some equality statements together. All right? And what we need to think about is we're starting with miles. So we're going to need an equality statement with miles in it. All right? So this equality statement starts out with 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. Okay? We need to get to centimeters. So now we need something with feet in it, so we can use 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. That still doesn't get us to our unknown of centimeters, so finally we can say that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So this is kind of our path to get from feet to inches. All right? Since we have 3 equality statements, we are going to need a 3-step conversion or a 3-step truth table. So let's look at what that looks like. All right. So we're always going to start, as always, we're going to put our given up here, 3.10 miles. Again, over 1. Now, I have to put a conversion factor in here. We know that miles needs to go on the bottom so that miles cancels out. So 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. So now I've used this conversion factor, okay? Miles has canceled out. So now I need to cancel out feet. So feet are going to have to go down here. And my conversion factor, my equality statement is 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. All right? So now feet cancel out, and I've used this equality statement. Finally, I need inches down here on the bottom, so 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. I've used that equality statement. My units all cancel out, and I end up with centimeters. Okay? So, if we look at this, I'm going to multiply, since there's only ones on the bottom, I'm going to multiply everything across the top. So 3.10, let me put my calculator up here, times 5,280 times 12 times 2.54. Oh goodness, that's a big number. So let's see. 49896.64. Guess what we have to think about? We have to think about sig figs. All right? Again, sig figs is going to be a half a point on every math problem we do, so we want to make sure that we get all of those half points. If we look at this number, we know that the 3 and the 1 are significant, right? the 0 is a trailing 0, but there's a decimal in our number. So that means the trailing 0 is significant. So that means that this number has 3 sig figs, and that also means that our answer can have 3 sig figs. So now let's look at this. 4, 9, 8. Those are going to be our 3 significant digits. We have to look at this next one to decide if we round up, which it's an 8, which is greater than 5, so we are going to round up, which gives us 499. Can we just leave it at 499? Not a chance, because that is not nearly the same value as 498,000. So what we need is we need to put in the zeros that are placeholders leading up to the decimal. We don't want the decimal, and we don't want any zeros after the decimal, because if you look at this number, there are 3 sig figs, 499, okay, which is exactly what we want. And our unit in the end is centimeters. All right, so that is a quick video with just one example of how to do a dimensional analysis question using more than one conversion factor. I will put up a couple more examples in other videos so they're nice and short, but I hope that helps, and I will see you in class.